Now up, Nolan.
Hello, I'm Nolan Gasser. I'm the music guy behind Pandora Radio, long before Spotify. My passion is taste, and this is my vision. Taste is the holy grail for businesses. If they understood the taste of their consumers, they could get them to buy more stuff. But what is taste? In ancient days, or philosophers like David Hume made a clear distinction, objective, between good and bad taste. They needed an expert to help them figure that out. Handel good, tavern music bad. Of course, today we know that taste is subjective. It's in the eye, the ear, the mind, and the soul of the consumer, of the individual. Something is only good or bad if it's good or bad for you. After leaving Pandora, I spent 3 years working on a book called Why You Like It. It's a deep dive into this story of our musical taste and interaction between our biology, our culture, our psychology, our biases, and of course, context. And this is part of what I've learned. As consumers, we're obviously overwhelmed, whether music or games or films, TV, travel, fashion, whatever. Too many options, it's exhausting, and we get stressed. On the other side, businesses are hamstrung with faulty, sort of generic, blunt data, and which leads to sort of missed opportunities, guesswork, faulty targeting, and of course, lost revenue. So in short, the current landscape of consumer and businesses is broken. Both sides are stymied. Both sides are missing opportunities for businesses to sell more stuff and for consumers to get more stuff that they actually love. One of the key tactics that's used is an over-reliance on demographics, that you can understand somebody's taste by knowing their age, their gender, their race, their finances, their geography. And while this may get it right sometimes, it is blunt and often faulty. Take King Charles and Ozzy Osbourne. Sharing demographics is not the same as sharing taste. Another very common tactic is an over-reliance on collaborative filtering, that people who bought X also bought Y. You bought X, so therefore you must like Y. Maybe. Often it's misleading, and it can't solve the cold start problem when no one has seen either X or Y. So what is needed is a new solution, a genomic approach to taste, where you can break down the content, analyze it, quantify it using a taxonomical framework. This is what I did for music at Pandora. So what we're talking about is a genomic content graph, a matrix where individual items are understood, broken down into factors or genes that can be aggregated up to traits and clusters. What is key, though, is that there is a normalization across sectors, from media to experiences to consumer goods, where those traits and genes and clusters are correlated across sectors. How is this possible? Well, you start with human coding that can then become a training set for a very sophisticated AI system that can scale and get fine-tuned with human input. On the other side of the content graph is the audience graph. That's a matrix of audience behavior, not just purchases, but likes and favorites and dislikes and shares and other metrics of sort of consumer behavior. When you put these two together, you get a comprehensive taste-based knowledge graph, a matrix integrating and normalized between this genomic content graph and a preference-driven taste graph, an audience graph. What are some of the benefits that can come from this? These are the common techniques that businesses use every day: recommendation, curation, marketing, and ad activation with some AI misspelling, just for good measure. This can then lead to, I think, a real revolution that I'm looking for, a taste passport, that consumers can own their own genomic taste profile, where they can opt in or opt out of an individual business. Of course, the taste passport then has to be connected to every content vertical that a consumer would want, from games to music to film to whatever. and they can connect to businesses that also opt in to this knowledge graph. This leads to this revolution. Taste wins. Everybody's happy. More time, more revenue, more good stuff. This is the future of taste I'm looking for. Thank you very much.
Awesome.